All right, folks, Simon here. Welcome to another of these beginner tournament semifinals matches. This is from the August 2022 Beginners TAC tournament. And this is the semifinals match between Sephira and Vogopolis. Vogopolis won his group outright to make it to the semifinals. Sephira actually had to do a blitz tiebreaker playoff match and ended up doing three playoff matches of those tiebreakers with Olexorus in order to get here into these semifinals. And whoever wins between these two folks will go on to the finals of this tournament. So without any further ado, let's jump right in to game one of this Q3 2022 Beginner TAC Tournament semifinals match. And Vogopolis is in white and Sephira in black. All right, we see the first move played down here in A1. Will we see adjacent or opposite corners here? We do see adjacent corners, and interesting, Vogopolis going for this corner play as opposed to center control or the knight's opening that we so often see. Black cutting off, making some placements, just placing ahead to try and keep white from making and continuing with that momentum. I think black's probably going to be placing here at b3 on this turn if they're following their pattern that they've been going for so far. Now it's hard to say who's currently leading here. I think an early capstone from black. I think it might be a little too early at this point to drop one, which would be at b3 would be the location, I think. But I think a flat here works from black. White does want to get a capstone on the board soon, however. And I think that if black does play here, white's going to want a capstone d3. But that doesn't happen. White may decide, yep, they do decide to capstone there at c2. And that kind of solidifies their location. If black decides to come down, white's just going to place here at c1 and keep going for that vertical threat. If black makes any sort of plays over here, white can place over here at b3 and keep going for the horizontal. And so I think now we're going to see white play at b3 and just continue along for that horizontal threat. Is it possible white does something else and maybe captures over or something like that? Sure, but instead they played at up at d4, which I didn't quite understand, but black captured up. Now that is an opportunity for a wall to be placed at some point, probably here at d5 for white, eventually. Not right now because black does have their capstone still available, and they can drop that at any point. Also, white does have momentum here, so might as well use that momentum and keep building those threats. White's in a pretty strong position here. Black dropping that capstone. That was a smart play by black, able to cut off what white's building here. I think white now wants to build potentially at c1, but also up here at b5 would be good. Black decides to play over instead at d3, and I think what they're trying to do is build up this sort of citadel formation, be able to build off here at e3, so that even if black's capstone does come up, they can still continue with that horizontal threat. I think personally I would have liked to play up here at b5 instead. It would have cut off black's horizontal line up at the top and also worked towards this vertical one that they can get going. So white is now building across here. Black can cut that off with another capstone move. It doesn't do that, however. Places the wall, which I found interesting. This is now attack threat from white. Black cuts that off with the wall very quickly. Now white, if you're white, you want to shift gears here. Play up at b5, go for that vertical threat. Because black is going for this horizontal, you want to attack that. Playing down at c1, I understand what they're doing here. My initial thought was c1 as well, because you're able to connect here and go up for the vertical, and also maybe go across for the horizontal down below. But the problem is black can get ahead of you in building this horizontal thread up above if you build at c1 first. You wanted to build up at b5, and then black would have had to place up at b6 to stop that. Then you place at a6, and that would have been a way to get away with that. Now black can play up potentially at a6 here to block off white from getting that that threat. White would probably play at b6, get that that vertical threat there, and then black comes down and makes their own attack threat first. So probably not followable because I'm not great at explaining that, but there we go. That's exactly what's happening. White's making the vertical attack threat here. Black can come down with a6, and that creates a horizontal attack threat that white would need to respond to. But white does have the threat here vertically by capturing right with a5. Ooh, black instead comes left. I'm not sure why they did that instead of coming down with a5, or a6 rather. An interesting move. Then white playing again over here at d5. Not sure what the point of that one is exactly. I would have expected maybe something here at a4, or maybe even a3. But now black building off to the side here at c4, off to the side of this area, filling in, kind of building up this citadel formation, which is nice, very strong. What is he going for? White building here at a6, or a4, sorry. I'm looking at a6 because I expect that to come down at some point. We're going to see black play at f4 soon, potentially even a wall here at a3. The wall at a3 would be a lot more defensive, but I don't think it would be a bad play by any means. But overall, I'd say Vogopolis is in the lead here. Okay, he does bring so Sephira does bring a6 down. Makes that attack threat. White stops by a placement at f4. Black may decide to continue with a placement here at f5. If black does that, I think white's probably going to come up with a5. No, placement at e5, interestingly. So white can continue just placing at f5 to stop at. I don't know. It's a tricky position for sure, but I still think white can come out of this on top. Like if white makes an a4 plus here, and black doesn't want to immediately get a ooh, what's that? What was that? Why would that be played? Because black wins this capture war for sure. Like, no questions asked, black will always win this capture war because black gets this, white comes up. And even if black didn't want to bring this up, black has the capstone to throw up. So black will always win this capture war, so I'm intrigued as to why that was played. Black probably thinking about that same thing. Why was that move played? Instead, black just places up at d5 to continue the threat, not worried about white being able to capture up and not only cut off the threat, but make their own vertical threat at the same time. I don't know about that play, black. I don't know. We also look at the time here. Vogopolis just now dipping below that 15-minute mark, and Sephira below 13 minutes. And again, they do have 15 minutes on the clock with a 10-second increment. And what that means is every move they make, they get 10 seconds added to their total time. White really taking his time here, wondering if this is a trap, probably. I'm not sure if I would classify it as a trap. But because I don't think that any of that would lead to Tinue. But I think that it does open up some opportunities for both players. White dropping a wall instead? I am so surprised by that move. So surprised. I think I know why. I think White wants to take this stack and throw it left. White wants to throw this left, make this +3 flat count differential move. If you're wondering what the heck is a +3 flat count differential move, we talk about that in the FCD or flat count differential video of TAC University, a series on YouTube, so check that out. But this would be a +3 move, and that would be also a vertical tack threat. And one of the ways to stop that would be capture up, one would be capture down. Capturing down would probably lead to a threat in the horizontal direction. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot that could go on here. Black instead plays up at e6, continuing the tack threat. I am very surprised by that move as well. White comes over with the wall, cutting off the threat. Black can renew by placing up at d6. Or by placing at f6. Either of those would work. But if Black does not place at d6 or f6, I think we're going to see White come left with this stack, because it wouldn't be a threat anymore, would be able to make that. But that's not what happens. Black places up at d6. We could see this +3 flat count differential move right now going in the upward direction. That would still be a tack threat in the vertical direction. And Black would be able to recover this one, but this wall is able to come left and capture onto anything over there. So that I don't think would be too bad of a play. White could also just drop a flat here at f6, and that would be working towards this vertical line over here as well. Does go for the toss here, spreading above all the way up until d6. This is now a tack threat in the vertical direction. Placing here at d4 would be a road. Black drops a wall. All right, what is the play now for you, White? Maybe an a3? Yep, a3 is played. I think White might be looking to come down around at the bottom here and go for this horizontal. Playing here at d1 and e1. Could also go for an a5 plus. Black comes up with the wall. I think here, if you're White, you place at d1. Continue to make those threats. I think d1 is the play here. Because because Black will probably drop a wall here at e1. No, comes over with a4, making the tack threat in the vertical direction here. Easily cut off by Black. So surprised by that move. Black likely going to take c4 left here. No, gonna bring the wall all the way over. I did not expect that to happen. I think this is where we'll see this stack be tossed to the right, creating a vertical tag threat, also opening up a possibility in the next couple turns for a horizontal one there. And keeping this stack out of the hands of white, but that is not what happens. White instead just drops a flat here, making that vertical threat. Black comes over with that stack ready to come down and spread across. Will we see now that spread to the left? Dropping one here and then two here. So it would be 3b4, right 1, 2. That's play tack notation, or portable tack notation, sorry. Right here off to the left, we talk about that in the PTN, or portable tack notation video of Tack University as well. But it's a very simple system to learn if you haven't already. What are we looking at for white? Doesn't make the full spread, brings it over just to the right. This is still a tack threat for white, however. But black has this double stack of black flats that he can bring down, or these can come down and spread across. I think either of those work just fine. White is in a bit of a pickle. Or sorry, black is in a bit of a pickle, but white is also in a bit of a pickle. White makes the, oh, black didn't see it. Black placed up here at c6, missed the road, and white was able to toss it to the right and finish it. So well played to both players. Congratulations to Vogopolis for winning game 1 of this 2-game match in the semifinals. So now we're going to be going on to game 2 with Sephira in white and Vogopolis in black. And if Vogopolis wins as black in this game 2, he will go directly to the finals of this tournament. If he goes, if he loses and Sephira wins, they will be going to blitz tiebreaker. So here we go with game 2. All right, A6 right off the bat. All right, opposite corners. And center control. Okay, Sephira going for that center control. Black going to be playing up above here. Is black going to be playing? Okay, going to be mirroring a bit. Now we'll see a deviation. I'm assuming black is going to be dropping a capstone, interestingly over here as opposed to below it. If I am black, I probably want to bring this capstone left right now to keep white from self-capturing for the hard capstone. That's not what's happening. White now wanting to go for this vertical threat. White does have momentum here. Black probably wants to play here at a5. Continue along for this vertical. And then when white plays at b6, they come left with the c4. Or comes left with the capstone. And if the capstone comes left, then black, so white plays up at b6. So first black a5, white b6, black capstone left, white will play here, black throws the capstone all the way to b3. I think that is the sequence here. Very surprising turn of events. I did not expect that one. Now we got to see a wall here at b3. Like, that's got to happen, right? I was very surprised to not see that capstone come left. No. What is the plan here? What are either of them doing? I think white is wanting to capture left with d2. I think that's the play they're going for. Black plays here at c5. Is white going to play at b3? White's got to be playing at b3. Yeah, white plays at b3. Now black makes a capture. Comes left. White brings two... No, white comes down? Why wouldn't white bring 2b4 plus? I am confused. I am confused. Black can now drop a wall at b6. Black wants to drop a wall at b6. That's a good play. Dropping a wall at b6 is the right move, I think, here. Because the wall can capture down and recover those captives, but also if white takes 2b5 left, black can bring that wall down anyway, and now they have the option to bring the wall left on top of this bigger stack or down on top of this stack. But instead they're placing a flat? Why is he placing a flat? Is white going to play at b6 now? I feel like that's got to be the next logical play. Nope. At d1. Okay, so that's attack threat. All right, that's attack threat at d1. I think I know what's going on. White wants to play at e1 once this gets blocked. If black drops a wall here at b6 to stop this attack threat, white's going to drop at e1 to make the horizontal threat. This is wild. There's a lot of moves that I am not sure why they were played. I need to be in their brains figuring out what their thought process is here. But at this moment, if I'm black, I'm dropping a wall here at b6. If I'm not dropping a wall at b6, I'm bringing the capstone left onto d3. In fact, the capstone left onto d3 might be better in the long run. For the short term, wall at b6 is better. For the long term, I think capstone left is better. c4 minus. Okay, that is not a move I was considering. Not bad. I don't hate that move. I don't particularly love it, but I don't hate it. Now, if I am white, I can place at b2. I can come left, or I can come left with the capstone. He decides to come left. Now, coming left with d3 is great for a couple reasons, but the one most important right now is isolating this capstone. This capstone can, sure enough, move over here onto d3 and get into the business, and that's exactly what they do, but that is very bad for the flat count in the endgame here, and that's forcing basically a bad move. And black may be forced to do it yet again. Or black could play at a2 and make the threat and force a move out of white, force a capture. Or a placement. I mean, a placement actually works great for white. If black plays at a2 and white plays at a1, it's great for white. So yeah, that's not a great play. This is looking really good for white right now. Black coming left. White probably going to bring the capstone left on top of c2. That's exactly what they do. I think black should have... I don't know about that. I don't know about that at all. White making a threat in the horizontal direction here. Black probably needs to drop a wall on b2. Yeah, wall on b2. White plays at a2. So far, this is looking like Sephira is going to be winning game 2, which means they will be going to blitz tiebreaker games to decide who makes it to the finals. Which, interestingly enough, we also know that the other folks in the semifinals, Inoviox and Mazix, are also playing blitz tiebreaker games to decide who among them goes to the finals as well. And that game will be played tomorrow, or those games rather. And so that is an exciting turnout, that these matches are so close that it looks like, as of right now at least, it looks like we're going to see tiebreaker blitz matches for both of these semifinals. And that's fun. All right, we see white making the attack threat here, playing at a1. Black could drop a wall here, but if they do that, white gets Tinue by bringing this stack down onto c1 on the following turn. That would be Tinue. Is there anything black can do here that does not end in them losing? No, there's nothing that black could do. That was the play at a1, not a2 like I was initially thinking. a1 was the play. This is Tinue if white follows up with bringing this stack downward. Could even just be the top 3 pieces. Or even the top 2 coming down onto c1. That is Tinue, and there would be nothing that black could do to stop that road from happening. Let's see if white sees that. They do not, in fact, see that. That offers black the opportunity to come down with his capstone. So white had Tinue, had a guaranteed win, but didn't see it. Right here on turn 19, if white had taken this stack and taken the top 2 flats even, brought him down here on a c1, that would have been it. There would have been a guaranteed road. White would have won because black's wall could have... The only thing they could have done was move left with the wall. And then white would have been able to continue spreading that left, make the whole road, and smash and win with a road. But instead, they missed their own threat, came left, but black didn't bring the capstone down, and this offers white an opportunity to place a flat here at a2 or at b1. Now this is attack threat in both the horizontal and the vertical direction. So if black doesn't capture left here with this wall, it's over. Black, the only move black can do is 2c1 left. That's the only thing. Their only possible move here is 2c1 left. If they had instead brought their capstone down instead of moving this wall, that would have been a lot more effective. But black just has one move here to stop both roads. But I think that, and didn't do it, placing here at D2 will be a road, and Sephira does win game 2, putting them into the blitz tiebreaker category. So congratulations to Sephira for winning game 2. Well played to both players. That was a wild game for sure. And that is all for today. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out the description below for all things TAC, especially the TAC Discord server, which is where you can find all sorts of TAC resources, including strategy guides and people to play with, whether that be right here on the playtac.com or through the Discord server playing asynchronously. That also works. Also, we have a map for players to find people near them to play with. It's a great tool, and it's a great place to find people to play with. Anyway, that is all. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, have a great day and happy tacking.